right, let's get to Persona 4. If you're not live, you're awfully live. Yeah, you know, that's a good point. Sure, you should just do that
ATLUS.
automatically. Was there? Okay, that should be fine.
Here's another one.
Persona 4.
So we had our first dance off last time, which ended with Izanagi shredding, which is always fantastic. Audio levels seem fine. Alright, so investigation team. This is such a weird game. I was watching some of the footage of last stream. I was like, a weird game. I like it. Dots. Dots. More dots. Hi, Margaret. Ready to bust a move? Always.
That is how their festival began. What do you think?
I think we went through this part.
Fate is truly full of surprises.
Yeah, but then I
no?
backed out, right.
They faced themselves and gained the power to stand up against difficulties. But their next trial was quite different.
They were gonna have double the prompts.
Rather than a contest of strength, it required them to openly express themselves and convey their feelings.
That's never good. The woman smiles joyously before looking towards you once again.
However, this did not deter him. And as if in response to that firmness of will, his power changed its form, adapting perfectly to the new situation.
He is kind of like, you know, the wild card.
Fascinating, don't you think?
Honestly, a little bit.
By the way, have you thought about why you have found yourself here?
Because I pressed start.
Don't worry yourself over it. I don't have that answer for you. I asked only out of my own curiosity. Well then,
This room is
allow me
something
to
else.
show you a little more of the story.
I like the way this Velvet looked room. It's like a jail, a car. Man, it is like... I think I would rather have this as my Velvet room, right? You got a nice lounge area, some drinking tables, disco balls. When the woman raises her hand, that same light radiates from it, swallowing the surrounding scenery.
Here is where we left off with their festival.
Cool. I'm assuming if I pressed the quick skip button, it would have skipped the stuff we saw, which I think we only saw like the first few text boxes. We might have actually came here, I don't know. The next day, Rise calls Anato and me up. We might as well practice until the others arrive, just as we're finishing up. I guess I get word from Yosuke saying they're here. I feel like if this is the next day after you guys are sucked into the new TV world, probably should be talking about that aside from practicing. We head down to the Takura production lobby to greet everyone as they come over from the train station. It's not long before we see their smiling faces again, which we're about to ruin by telling them all the hi Teddy.
Woohoo! Hi Spot Sensei! Your friendly bear is back in town!
That makes no sense when you're not in the costume, man.
Yeah,
Oh man!
if he was more burly
It's so
maybe.
nice and cool inside the office. I feel like a
Hey,
human being
Steffi.
again.
Yosuke seems overwhelmed by the unexpected heat wave and takes exaggerated deep breaths while tugging on his collar. Probably should get the bandana off his neck then. That's like the worst place to cover when it's really hot out. Unless it's with something cool. Haha, same old Yosuke. Even though they must have gotten Rise's message about what happened, none of them seem too phased. Though that doesn't necessarily mean they're taking this situation lightly. They probably are. It's more that they already made up their minds what to do.
I'm glad you're all here. Hey, have you met any celebrities yet?
Rise,
Cute. Tell me everything.
I wonder if I should take back what I said before. Yosuke's not shrugging this off, is he? Kanji and Teddy is one thing, but seeing him like this is making me worry. What are you talking about? Kanji is way responsible. Teddy's sure.
There's always someone like him. Come on, Yosuke-senpai. You were just here the other day to film the commercial.
Right, yeah, your voice. Right, that's right, you're Milliam, I forgot. I actually
yeah,
forgot
but I was
that.
too nervous then to think about any of that stuff.
Oh, the time has finally come!
What are you talking about?
I'm in a big city, and not some dreary country town. And I get to hang out with celebrities. It's like a dream come true.
Yosuke, you're from a city, aren't you? Wasn't that part of your story as you moved to the countryside from the city?
Well, excuse us for living in such a dreary place.
Is that what you think of Inaba, Yosuke-kun?
Did
Why
you
y'all
forget
wearing
that I'm a
headsets?
Celebrity too, and a pretty famous one at that.
Yosuke-senpai's been like this the whole trip over here.
That must have been annoying.
He's memorized every damn thing about that Kanamin chicken or whatever.
Kanamin chicken?
He kept blabbering on and on about the girls non-stop. He even knows their full names.
That is a great look for kanji right there.
Dude, what? You're bringing that up now?
Looks like the whole world's against him. I don't have any way to back him up either because I'm against him too. All I can do is keep quiet while making a mental apology for Yosuke. A volley of cold stares and frigid words, enough to blast away the sudden heat wave, are launched at my partner.
You're the worst.
Seriously, the worst.
Just completely terrible.
Yosuke, you're awful.
I just got here and I'm already catching hell. And Teddy, what are you taking their side for?
He likes to jump on the bandwagons.
Looks like the dream is dead.
Mostly thanks to you. Anyway, that aside, I had a message for you. Dojima-san and Nanako-chan are gonna be running a
That's
little
probably for the best.
late. Sounded like he's been busy with work.
Oh wait, no, we need Dojima, right?
That's too bad.
But then again, maybe it was actually a blessing in disguise that Dojima-san and Nanako are arriving later. Since we now know that strange things are happening, I can share what we found out without any pointed questions from Dojima-san. I must have looked pretty grim since Yosuke pats me on the shoulder and flashed at me an encouraging smile.
Come on, cheer up, partner. Just have a little patience, and Nanako-chan will be here in no time.
That's not why I'm upset, dog.
Man, that was one hell of a long trip. I've been sitting down so long, my butt's sore.
Yeah, I think you get used to it.
We really should have taken the express train.
Oh, that's right, she doesn't
But
have head
Yosuke
accessories.
had to insist we ride a bus instead.
Why?
Dude, you guys are the ones who said you were low on cash. There's no way I could have paid for all your
Oh.
tickets.
I have to say,
That makes
you
sense.
three aren't looking very well. Are you okay? Did you sleep badly?
Did you guys not get our messages? Three of us can't help but exchange glances at Yukio's question. I was planning on getting a good night's rest, but I kept thinking about the case and ended up getting almost no sleep. Seeing the way Naoto and Rise react, it must have been the same for them.
A lot happened last night after all.
You mean that midnight stage stuff? I got most of the story from Rise's email.
Yeah, that should have explained most of it, I think.
Though it was so out of nowhere that I had to ask a ton of follow-up questions.
I read it too. Those girls are being held captive, right, Rise-chan?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys came all the way out here and I have to ruin it with bad news.
You missed this? You might have missed last stream, because that's when I started this. When we finished Demon Souls, and I spent like 20 minutes trying to figure out what to play next.
Hey, no need to apologize, Rise-chan.
Yeah, it's not like you kidnapped them. Maybe you did. I don't know.
Never
Get rid of
fear.
the competition.
All the dance practice I've gotten in lately has been a
Dark
good
side Rise?
workout for me.
That'd be kind of cool.
And I've never missed a day of regular training either.
She's like, I am ripped.
Ah! I'm ready for anything.
Fantastic.
Count me in too. Look, look, behold the results of my training with Rise-chan. 1, 2, bam.
Just throws glitter everywhere. Teddy puts his palms together and keeps his face at a fixed angle while craning his neck around. I mean, my neck is kind of hurting just thinking about that. The kind of thing is called isolation in dance terms, but I don't remember Rise ever teaching Teddy any such moves. Where did he learn that from? YouTube?
That has nothing to do with fighting shadows.
You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be our dancing that beats him this time around, right?
Oh, right, yeah. Man, why dancing of all things?
That's the gimmick of the game. You guys had a fighting game. Now it's a dancing game.
We're not sure how that really works.
In fact, there are many things that we don't understand as of yet. All we know is that our power won't defeat these shadows. Instead, we've discovered that we can free them by affecting them with our dance.
They're trying to capture us with their dancing too, right? Then it sounds to me like we ought to fight fire with fire.
She just picks up a flamethrower.
Mm-hmm. Expressing ourselves through dance. It sounds exciting.
You guys, this isn't all fun and games.
What a relief. Though everyone is chatting like normal, I can tell that they've already been thinking about how to solve this case. As long as they're with us, I'm positive we can get to the bottom of any mystery.
Thanks, everyone. It's time the investigation team got back in action.
I can't remember how many times that's happened by now.
Well, call it fate or whatever. But if you ask me, that's just how we are.
If we can save people, I'm all for it. I think it's definitely better than doing nothing.
Yeah, I
My
agree.
magnificent moves will save all the innocent idols. And one of them will fall madly in love with me, despite it being forbidden in the world of showbiz.
Like that'd happen. Man, I really can't take you anywhere. Wait a sec. What if Teddy's got a point? What if he's not entirely wrong this time?
And then you're both freaking, I don't know, idiots.
Is there even the slimmest of slim chances?
Delusional, that's the word I'm
it
looking
could
for.
happen for me?
No.
Never, as long as you're thinking like that.
Ah, you're all here. I hope your long trip was a smooth one.
No.
Hey, Inoue-san.
I turn to see the voice coming from behind us and find Inoue-san coming towards us with his usual smile. He must have been passing by when he noticed us. He seems a little more tired today, though. Is it because of the Kanamin Kitchen girls? Such a dumb name. Kanamin Kitchen girls are missing?
I hope I wasn't interrupting anything.
Isn't this our chance? Want to try and get some information out of him?
No. He doesn't know.
Huh? Wow, you're all in costume. Yeah, the show's still a ways off.
I mean, it's
but
not really
you
a
seem so
costume.
fired up already.
Well, yeah, it's like your school jackets with like shirts underneath it.
Well, we were thinking we should do a full group dress rehearsal,
And we didn't have the budget for more art.
but we didn't know if there was any place to change, so we just wore our costumes.
That's a good way to get them dirty.
I see. But you know, there are plenty of changing rooms available here. Goodness, Kanji-kun, your hair certainly stands out. It really packs a punch.
What's wrong with his hair?
Huh? You think so? Guess I'm used to it. I mean, I had it like this for the longest time. Up at this festival is the last time I'm gonna wear this punk getup, though. I made up my mind to stop acting like a badass and be more like who I really am.
A soft badass.
Ah, I see. That sounds like a fine idea. I must say.
Okay, so
those
this takes
costumes
place
look
after
splendid on all of you.
Arena, but before the reunion in Golden, right?
I
Because
guess that sort of
the
natural
reunion
high
in
schooler
Golden's
look
like
can't be faked.
a while
People
after,
respond
because
well
you
to
can
that sort of
see
thing.
Nanako has grown up a little bit.
The outfits seem to fit well too. I'm glad we went to the trouble to have them custom tailored.
What are you talking about? It's a tank top, not a good custom tailored. What does that mean? Can you get a custom tailored tank top? That's right. And the thing Inoue-san was most peculiar about was how we're genuine high school students. Because of that, we all had to carefully bring back our look from when we used to go to the same high school. Everyone got excited and worked. Okay, I guess that explains the high school stuff. Everyone got excited and worked with each other to get their hairstyle and things just right to the way it was then. Me too. Even though I go to a different high school now, I'm wearing an outfit that looks like a match for their school uniform. The whole thing gives me an odd sense of nostalgic joy.
Oh, by the way, can I ask you something, Inoue-san?
What is it? I'll try and answer if I can.
Well, it's about the Love Meets Bonds festival. Kanamin Kitchen is performing in that too, right?
Not anymore.
That's the plan. What about it?
Oh, it's nothing important. I'm a huge fan of theirs, so I was just wondering if I could, say hi to them. That's all.
No. They're dead.
Ah, I see. Unfortunately, they're all pretty busy.
And
right
he's
now.
a liar.
Huh? Really? That's weird. I mean, most of the group is in the
Oh, ignore him. Just carry on.
Jay instantly covers Teddy's mouth and motions for us to keep talking. That was a close one. Teddy, for his part, is still flailing his arms and legs wildly, or while Jake shushes him. Seeing a question forming in Inoue-san's eyes, we slip between him and Teddy, trying to gloss over Teddy's slip-up with our smiles.
I mean, of course they're busy. I'm sorry I even asked. He'll be fine. Man, what a shame, though.
Good cover.
Oh, but Kanami-chan is in the midst of a poster photo shoot in the studio here. Why don't you go see her later? Risei-chan can show you the way. She'll probably sign an autograph.
Who, Kanami?
An autograph? Seriously?
I never really got autographs. Like, I've gotten autographs before, like, just because, but, like, I don't know. I don't see the importance of them. I don't see how they sell so high.
I mean,
To each their own, I guess.
Then I guess we'll go stop by later.
You must be tired from the long trip, though, so get some rest first. Well, I have a meeting to attend, so you'll have to excuse me.
Okay, see you later, Inoue-san.
You see Inoue-san off and give a sigh of relief. Whew, looks like we managed to squeeze some information at him without raising any suspicions.
Yosuke-senpai, your acting sucks.
Yeah.
I was afraid Inoue-san would pick up on it. You too, Teddy. What were you thinking letting that slip?
I'm deeply sorry.
I'm very sorry.
Well, at least it's clear now. Now I was acting, those Kanamin girls ain't come back yet.
Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about it. It must have been Tomoe-san herself that Risei-chan picked up on.
There's no doubt. It was brief, but that couldn't have been anyone else.
I mean, it could have been anyone.
I'm positive that reading was Tomoe's.
It's decided then. Let's all watch that video at midnight tonight. And we'll head into the midnight stage once more.
With more dancing.
What? Did I say something odd?
Naoto, every now and then you say some pretty nutso stuff like it's no big deal.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hey, Minato boy. Yeah, what actually are you talking about? Naoto didn't even say anything that weird. She stated what we're gonna do.
I didn't think too much about how we were going in there, but that sounds pretty scary.
Oh, did you not know about watching the video?
There's no other way. We don't know any other means of getting in. In any case, time is of the essence. Come on, let's hurry to the studio.
Nana must have been pretty embarrassed. She hurries on ahead, leaving us behind. We all look around before following her. One way or another, we ride into battle at midnight. We'll meet with resistance on the midnight stage. If we spent the time until then working on our dance move, I think we learn a lot from each other. Maybe. With a reinforced resolve to save the missing girls, I slowly follow my trusty friends.
That reminds me, we didn't get too many chances to all rehearse together. There's probably a lot we can learn from each other.
Oh, so are we gonna have like
So let's get
dances
as
in
much practice
between
as time
shadow
permits.
dances then? Begin tutorial? I guess?
Let's get it started now.
Yo, yo, yo! Time for me to get your next lesson rolling. First, I'm gonna talk about these things called unison notes.
Okay.
Sometimes these stretchy notes will come flying at you.
Oh, fuck.
These are unison notes.
Oh,
You gotta
no.
press two buttons at the same time. Give it a shot. Press the two connected buttons together with the notes.
Okay. Can I have another one? Thank you. Oh, great. Perfect. Great, perfect. Oh. I think it's
How'd
easier
you
for me to
do?
just, I don't know.
Next up, we gotta talk about hold notes. You gotta press and hold these ones. Make sure you let go in time with the rhythm too.
Okay, these ones aren't that bad. Yeah, these ones are actually pretty good. Okay.
Did you figure out the timing? You gotta know when to let go. All right, time for your final exam. Get the audience all hyped up and clear this stage.
Okay. follow one and then do that. Yes. Oh, fuck. This game's gonna be harder than I thought.
Nice moves! That's
This
it.
is gonna be
bear
way
has
harder
nothing
than I
left
thought
to
it was
teach
gonna
you.
be.
I had tons of fun dancing with all of you. Bye-bye, everyone!
I'm pretty sure we haven't actually danced yet, but sure.
Oh, this non-stop rehearsal's brutal. My legs are killing me.
Yeah, I feel like I need a smaller monitor for this too. Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I was using like this monitor to play the game, like it all fits in my eyesight. While this monitor, like, if I look directly at it, both sides over here are kind of blurry. But if they were, I don't know, man. We've been practicing the routine over since everyone arrived, and Yosuke finally speaks up in defeat. That's to be expected. Risei's the only one who's managed to keep dancing throughout the rehearsal, and Yosuke was the only holdout not taking many breaks.
We are appearing in a professional concert after all. Plus, there's the midnight stage to worry about. We need practice.
Yeah, that stuff about fighting through dance, it sounds pretty hard.
It does, but we have to do it.
As someone who's been playing Dancer in Final Fantasy XIV, not that hard. Actually, kind of overpowered a little bit.
Good job, guys. You're all working real hard. I didn't think our routine would come together so well from the get-go.
I am on a break from Final Fantasy XIV right now.
That's why I think I'm gonna
I was
give
trying
you
to
a
do all
reward,
the
Yosuke
raids,
Senpai.
like the old raids, and I just kind of burnt myself out.
A reward? Did you have something for me?
You like Kanamin Kitchen, right?
No.
Well, why don't we go check out Kanami's photo shoot?
Please be, like, appropriate for all ages.
Ooh, seriously?
Everyone else wants to go too. Plus, I want to introduce you all to Kanami. Come on, you senpai. Shake a leg or we're gonna leave you two behind.
I'm coming, of course we'll go with you. Let's just hang on a sec.
So that's what that was about. I was wondering what she was talking about with everyone over there. Risei is very good at this sort of thing. You could say she has a knack for making people smile. Maybe that's why she's an idol. I don't know. I've already met Kanami-san, so I honestly just wanted to practice a little more. But if everyone else is going, I might as well tag along. I quickly towel off before heading towards the entrance where everyone is waiting. Is that her tongue or like a beef stick sticking out of her mouth?
There she is! Damn, her head's so tiny.
Chie, you can't just say that about people.
Mm-hmm, that is pretty amazing. I wonder what size she is in front.
We arrive at the studio where Kanami-san is. Risei pokes her head into in first to greet the staff inside and explains to them about us. Thanks to her, we're allowed to stay and watch the photo shoot from a distance, as Kanami-san is bombarded with blinding flashes.
Wow-wee! She's so cute!
Sure?
Her chest is like BAM! While her waist is so slim, she's totally Yosuke's type!
Hey, keep it down! Wow, though, that's really her. Seriously, thanks so much for letting us see the real Kanamin.
I think anything that breathes is Yosuke's type, as long as it's a lady. Or relatively attractive lady, I guess.
Can't bother her while the shoot's going on, but I'll make sure to introduce you all later. You have to be on your best behavior, though. Promise?
Sure.
Yes, yes. I swear on the Junes name that I won't cause a scene.
I swear on the Yosuke name that I won't cause a scene either.
That makes no sense. And why are you swearing by me?
Because he doesn't want to have responsibility. Oh, it's the clearly not
Risei
evil
Kujikawa,
lady.
What is the meaning of this? Are you on some sightseeing trip with that group of yours? If it's a field trip you're interested in, could you take it elsewhere?
No.
Oh, crap. It's Miss Ochimizu.
Rise frowns her brows and looks away. Miss Ochimizu, the producer of the LMB Fest, who was so harsh towards us yesterday, is standing imposingly before us as if to block our way.
Who's this nasty hag?
High five. The LMB producer.
She's the general producer of the festival we're performing in. Her name is Miss Ochimizu.
Dude, are you serious? The general producer of the Love Meets Bonds Festival is Kyoka, the Empress Ochimizu?
I guess?
You know about her, Yosuke?
Of course I do. She's always on TV.
I don't watch TV.
She's this super scary lady who has no problem making other celebrities cry.
Okay. I don't know, pepper spray her then. See how she likes it.
But it sounds like she's sort of important.
Ugh. Honestly, we've had enough complications already. I don't need any more cropping up. Perhaps I should demand extra payment from Takara Productions for having to deal with these rude children.
Like, can I get payment having to deal with you?
What the hell did you say?
Yo, get her, Kanji!
Whoa, hold it, Kanji. Give me a break. Dude, wait. Do you hear something?
Sharing? Or is that a train? What is that? It actually sounds like something you'd hear, like, if you were playing a freaking horror game or something like that. You were walking through a dark corridor and this started playing.
What is this? Where's it coming from?
Hey, sound techs, what's going on?
Oh, I hear it too. It's a song that's faintly echoing from somewhere. I wouldn't forget a song. Oh, it's the Shadow song then. It's the Midnight Stage.
It's that song we heard yesterday right before we fell into the midnight stage.
Senpai, look.
Bye. I look and see Kanami-san raising a hand upwards, a curious gaze in her eyes. I follow her gaze and catch sight of something all too familiar. That same strange light we saw yesterday in the studio when we heard this eerie song.
Whoa. What is this? Could this be a close encounter of some kind?
Yes. And also, yes, this is my first dancing game, in general.
This doesn't make sense. It's not midnight. What's going on?
There's no time for
It's
that.
midnight
Konami's
somewhere,
gonna get
maybe.
taken.
What time is it?
Konami is what?
Miss Ochimizu, please move aside.
Excuse us?
Just push her. Kanji, you have your chair? Hit her with it.
My babies are surprisingly bold.
Rise and Yukio push Miss Ochimizu aside and rush towards Kanami-san. The rest of us follows close behind.
Wait. I said wait.
I don't listen to you.
Konami, get away from that light!
Huh? Rise-senpai?
Bye.
Miss Ochimizu?
We all try to shield Kanami-san from the ribbons shooting from out of that airy light hovering near the ceiling. But Ms. Ochimizu is faster than any of us and pushes Kanami-san aside. Kanami-san herself getting caught by the ribbons instead. Cool. She made a snap decision. Ms. Ochimizu knew Kanami-san was in danger, but she couldn't have known what would happen next. Was she trying to protect Kanami-san? I look towards her with some surprise as she scolds Kanami-san.
Oh, how troublesome. Don't I always tell you not to space out like that?
Miss...
Honestly,
Ochimizu?
I kind of thought it was going to be you that was doing this.
Listen, if something happens to me, go to Inoue. The festival must...
It was either you or, like, Kanami-san. I don't know why I use honorifics there, but sure.
What are we gonna do?
Like doing it accidentally or something. But it's probably going to end up being that lady that hung herself in the intro. Oh my god. That's right. We go in.
We follow her. Come on,
This
everyone.
dancing game started off with an idol hanging herself.
Yes!
Oh my god. And yeah, I'm not really, I don't know, not really into the rhythm games. We all chase after Miss Ochimizu and throw ourselves towards the eerie light. Just because it worked once doesn't mean we'll make it through a second time. I pray for everyone's safety as I throw myself into the light after them. Yeah, if you haven't seen the intro for this game, go watch that.
Whoa!
I feel like a bunch of people are cracking their asses right now.
Looks like we made it.
Ow! I fell right on my butt.
Did you put a crack in it? Just as we caught sight of a faint light, we were suddenly thrown out of somewhere. We all managed to keep our balance as we land, and we look around. When I look around, I see that everyone's safe, though Teddy and Kanji appear to have landed right on Yosuke.
Well, at least we made it in one piece.
That took a while. I was worried I might get separated from everyone and be one lonely bear.
Yeah, but if this is like the midnight stage, couldn't you just make a TV appear and jump out?
You know, I remember something like
It might be a
this
different
happening
area.
before. That takes me back.
Can you guys chat after you get off of me?
No.
The hell are you doing, Yosuke-senpai?
What's with that tone? I'm the victim here.
All right, no fighting. Huh. Is this the midnight stage?
No, it's the mayonaka stage. I take a chance to check my surroundings once again. It's a dark, eerie place filled with bizarre objects and patterns. It honestly just looks like a TV set. It's a familiar sensation, and then there's an eerie song I hear echoing from somewhere. There's no doubt about it, this place must be the midnight stage. However...
Yeah, but this place looks different from where we were before.
Last time, that voice seemed keen on capturing Risei-san. It invited us directly to a prepared stage. Perhaps we're being treated differently this time because we forced our way in.
Maybe?
What is that voice?
No, it's a disembodied voice. Don't worry, you get used to it.
It's the master of the midnight stage, and probably the culprit behind this.
Didn't I say this place is off limits to unauthorized personnel? Or do you want to connect with us after all?
That eerie voice echoes from all directions, making it hard to tell where it's coming from. Though we're on guard and searching for the source of this eerie voice, we don't have any chance to finding them.
Enough with these games! Who are you? Release Tomoe and the others right now, and Miss Ochimizu too!
Release them? That wouldn't be right. Can't you see they're happier here?
Happy? Is it serious?
Maybe?
They're locked up here by force. There's no way they're happy about that.
Dude, a Persona racing game actually would be kind of awesome.
Do I see some new faces here? Good. You can connect with us too.
You're not willing to listen, huh? And we'll have to do it the hard way.
Start busting a move.
Do what you want. You'll understand eventually.
Probably not. Suddenly, the chokingly oppressive aura disappears, and it feels as if the air has at least gotten a little easier to breathe. Most likely, it's because the source of that voice has vanished from the area.
The atmosphere seems different. Is it gone?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just glad we weren't cast out like last time.
That aside, I really don't like how this place feels. It looks fun and all, but it totally doesn't feel that way.
It's like Disneyland all over again.
It's kind of like my world, and I can smell some familiar scents from way off, but it doesn't feel connected to my world.
So it's not your world.
You mean the TV world?
So you probably couldn't open the TV then.
Yeah, it might be in the same neighborhood, but I don't think there are any ways to go back and forth.
So this midnight stage is a world all its own.
By the way, is that the entrance? It branches off in two different paths.
Well, time to split up. We look at where Chie is pointing. Sure enough, there looks to be a giant gate that splits the path into two directions. The atmosphere seems to be welcoming us to some kind of event. It feels somehow wrong, though, and I quickly look away from it.
Hold on, let me search around. Come, Himiko!
Whoa. I know you told us already, but we really can summon our personas here.
What did you think? We were lying to you?
But we can't use them to fight with, right?
No, you can use them to dance with.
We tried, but what the voice said was true. No acts of aggression worked. Whether it was using my persona or Naoto's gun.
And Naoto has shot a lot of people with that gun.
No one hurts or gets hurt. That must be the rule here.
No one gets hurt, huh? That sounds fishy already. It's way too good to be real.
Indeed. Also, that voice used bizarre ribbon-like objects it referred to as eternal bonds.
Yeah, I saw the flowchart when I finally gave up last stream, and I was like, I just have to back out because I need to go. Thankfully, it's saved, or we were close near the start of a chapter.
When I was caught by one myself, I could clearly tell that it wasn't any true bond, but outright brainwashing. No one should be allowed to force someone to discard their very self just for the sake of another's desires.
You're absolutely correct.
That's why we need to show them how we feel with our dancing.
Hey, I found them! Tamami is through here, and Tomoe is further in the back.
Okay. As everyone's nodding to my words, Rise's voice echoes sharply. Sounds like she's found Tomoe-san in the others' readings. Rise's ability has really improved lately. Persona is one's strength of heart, so if her power is getting stronger, it proves that Rise has grown a lot too. In this case, though, Rise's finding their readings was proof of a bitter truth for us.
I'm sensing Sumomo and Nozomi down the other path. Guess we were right about all 4 of them being over here.
Was Sumomo the old one and Nozomi the tiny one?
But Tomoe's reading
Tomoe's
is much
like
weaker than
the
yesterday.
tomboy one,
The
right?
others seem
Or like
pretty
the
weak
super
too.
serious one?
We need to get them out of here.
Who was the mean one? Who wasn't like mean? What's it called? Tsundere. She was the tsundere one. That's how you pronounce it, right? It's the tsundere one.
I was hoping this wouldn't be the case. We better hurry.
That sounds right. Maybe.
Then why don't we split up into 2 teams?
Momo was a small one. I had them backwards.
That way, each team can save 2 of the girls.
There are 2 forks to the path here, but it seems like they come together again further down.
That was the older one. Tomoe's the blue-haired one. Okay. That's like the RR one, I think people would describe her as, right?
If we do like Yukiko-senpai says, we should be able to meet up
Playing
there.
way too many anime games lately. Everyone nods at Rise's words. I see. Even if we split up into 2 teams here and go through different entrances, we'll still be guaranteed to meet up again later.
That takes care of that. Okay, Rise is a pro, and Yu's already won once with his dancing, so they should be on different teams.
Okay.
In that case, me and
No.
Naoto
Naoto comes with me.
Might as well just split up at what year we're in, yeah?
I guess that's fine. I just wasn't expecting that from you.
We've actually been talking. Like, we can't keep relying on our senpai forever, you know?
Sure.
That's correct. We thought we should find our own way of working that suits us. I hadn't expected to put it to the test here, but it would be a good opportunity. I'll support Kanji-kun's proposal as well.
Tamamin. Sure. Is the tsundere one.
Whoa! You guys have been thinking about this a lot!
She's just like, wow, I didn't know you guys could actually think.
I bet you guys never knew we talked about stuff like that. If you keep treating us like kids, we'll surpass you before you know it.
That sounds like a great idea. I'm with Kanji on this one too.
All right. Let's
You're
make
just
it
like,
a
I want you to
competition.
surpass me. I'm sick of doing all the work.
We'll see which team can rescue these girls faster. Bring it on!
Hey, what about me? Which team am I on?
Stay here.
You're coming with us. If they had 5 on their team and we only had 3, that wouldn't be fair, would it?
I'm getting fired up. The time has come for me to overcome the great wall that is Sensei.
I am a
and
wall.
Fly out into the vast world beyond.
Chronos is not young at heart. How you doing, my fellow teenagers?
Fly away
Yeah,
from
I do
Juliet
kind of
first,
feel
will
like
ya?
that playing some of these games sometimes. Especially when there's like romance involved. It's like dude, I'm too old for any of these goddamn people. Like, and it feels weird, I guess. I try to put my mindset in like the main character's shoes. But even then, I'm just like, okay, this one seems like a better match, but like, don't flirt with me. It feels weird. I feel like the cops are gonna come busting in any
we'll
moment.
each rescue 2 girls, then meet up at the rendezvous point, okay? I'll make sure to keep an eye on you guys, and if anything happens on our end, I'll let you know with my persona.
I hope you don't mind us
Do we
going
know if
on
that
ahead.
works?
We'll see you in a
We
bit.
should probably see if that works before we actually split up.
Senpai, you better not let your guard down and get your asses handed to you by some weird thing.
Thank you, Kanji. Good pep talk. Kanji, Nato, and Rise and Teddy each give us a big smile as they run past the giant gate. Haha! Looks like they're off to a great start. Our team, on the other hand, is still astounded at our juniors' unexpected growth, watching them dart off.
Did they just totally steal the spotlight?
Of course they did.
Wow, they've all grown up before we knew it.
I mean, Nacho's always been way more mature than most of you, so...
Yukiko, you sound like my mom.
Yukio's kind of the mom of the group.
We should hurry, too. We need to save Tomoe-san and Tamami-san as fast as we can.
All right, then. Third-year investigation team, you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
You bet.
We can't fall behind here either. Of course, our objective is to rescue the kidnapped members of the Kanamin Kitchen, and this isn't a race or anything, but it totally is, and we need to win. I'm assuming we have to choose where to go. Okay, the festival begins. Third year team? Okay, never mind. We had one dance that whole path? Fair enough. Start, yeah. Oh, absolutely, I pair Nato and you. That ship has sailed. I'm not sure if that's the proper term for that. But yeah, no, I felt you and Nato had the best chemistry in Persona 4. And then that heartbreaking Valentine scene. Good God. Oh my God. Like, Persona 5's is kind of funny, kind of sad, but also kind of funny. Persona 4's Valentine's, I felt extremely awful doing. I wanted to go back and see all the Valentines. I'm like, I can't. Even skipping that, even knowing, I'm like, I can't. Oh, of course I did that. Look. Persona 5 had made it, you gotta date them all. It's like Pokemon. So you can't really date them all. You date most of the ones all the ones you can. But you can't date them all. That'd be kind of interesting though, if you could date every bonding event. I'm kind of up for that actually, as long as we don't bring any of the like family members involved. But yeah. It's like Pokemon. Yeah, it is, kind of. After splitting up from Kanji and the others, and traveling further down the path, the atmosphere starts changing. It's still a creepy sight, but how do I put it? It feels like the surroundings and path have been kind of standardized. It looks like the others are feeling the same thing. They're glancing around and have worried expressions on their face. Oh my God! That is just horrifying.
Compared to the last place.
What is this? It's starting to look like some weird circus.
Yeah, no, that Persona 4 did make me feel like just a trash human being.
The TV world changed according to the mind of whoever appeared on the Midnight Channel, right? There's shadows around, and we can call our personas here. So does that mean this Midnight stage works the same way?
Yeah, probably. Who the hell's the creepy clown?
You're telling me someone's mind looks like a circus on the inside? That, raises a lot of questions.
Honestly, not really. They're idols, right? Their whole life is a circus.
Welcome to Tamami Recipe's Midnight Stage.
It's that voice! Stop hiding and show yourself!
And why should I do that? I don't see any reason to bother with you.
What?
I mean, fair enough. Yosuke's anger is only natural. We can't see whoever's speaking, and we still haven't figured out what it is trying to do. It's like our words aren't even reaching it. That's not important now. If it's not going to listen, then we need to at least draw out as much information as we can.
You just said this was Tamami-san's stage. Is she up ahead?
Yes, she is. And her performance is about to begin.
Okay.
She's going to become the Tamami everyone wants. A true star, shining brightly at our eternal concert.
Rise told me about your spiel. Becoming the you that others want, huh? That's just letting yourself be brainwashed.
Brainwashed? Not at all. This is for Tamami's sake.
I mean, no, it is literally brainwashing.
Forcing others to deal with your true self won't make anyone happy. To her, There's no point in being someone that nobody loves.
Look, I'm feeling personally attacked right now. You shut your mouth.
But if she becomes the Tamami everyone wants, then everyone will love her. Nothing could make her happier.
I mean, if that's what she wants, but it sounds like that's not what she wants. A white-hot flash runs through my mind. I knew the voice wouldn't listen to us, but I didn't think it would be like this. The voice has no ill intentions. It truly believes it's doing this for Tamami's sake.
This doesn't look good. Nothing we say is getting through.
In any case, I'm sorry you've come all this way. But I'm afraid there's no admission for those without a ticket.
Can I have a ticket? What's with the creepy fog? Black mist starts to swirl up in front of us, eventually taking form and blocking our way forward. Shadows. Creepy looking shadows.
Shadows connected by ribbons, just like Naoto-kun said.
Be careful, don't get caught.
Come on, connect with us. If you do, I'll let you join us and see Tamami on stage.
Tempting offer. How about I dance instead? As if triggered by the voice, the eerie song begins playing, causing all the shadows to dance. I instinctively look away, but it's futile. Since this world amplifies the ability to express yourself, their dance goes past simple visual appeal and reaches directly into our minds. Losing strength, I struggle to fight back against the urge to join the shadows.
This song again.
It's not a very good song. It actually just kind of feels like white noise.
Warned, but I didn't think it would be this bad.
Oh crap, they're getting closer!
Everyone hang in there. Don't let the pressure overwhelm you.
Yosuke nods and takes a step forward. Meeting his eyes, I instantly understand what he's going to do. Yosuke, you've got this. He starts shuffling.
Good thing Rise assigned each of us a song to work on. Dancing is expressing ourselves. I still don't quite get it. It looks like I gotta give it a shot.
What do you mean she assigned us a song to work on?
Give it a... Yosuke, you're gonna dance?
Hey, when it comes to showing off your moves, it's first come, first served. Sorry, but I got dibs on this
I already
one.
danced first.
Senpai, everyone, are you alright?
No?
Rise, perfect timing. I need my song.
Yosuke Senpai's track? Okay, I'm on it. I'll turn it up full.
Is that her job as the navigator?
So wait. All right, Rise, hit
Pull
it.
up a playlist? I'm assuming she's gonna dance too at some point. It'd be kind of weird if the idol doesn't actually dance at some point.
Let's get it started
Midnight
now.
stage.
All right, hit the music.
Your affection.
Alrighty, let's tackle this head on.
Okay. I will probably get silent in a little bit for this.
Yup.
Oh, miss. Fuck.
There. Yup.
I need a smaller fucking TV for this. I need it.
There.
I'm using a TV. I'm using a monitor. Oh, missed that. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Dead on.
What are you talking about, Yukiko? What do you mean dead on? I missed like 5 in a row there.
Yup.
I missed that one.
You're pretty good too, Yosuke.
Not bad, Chie. That was some sharp footwork.
They were so good, I didn't dare blink.
Thank you,
That was the best
Yukiko.
performance ever.
Goddamn liar.
Our meet at work. Woo!
I don't know if that was a hit there.
Yup. Okay, bring it on whenever.
Oh, fuck.
There.
Oops.
Woo!
Yeah, that's right. Solo. Oh, god damn it, I missed that. I was too busy focusing on freaking Yosuke. I like how I messed the slowest part of the goddamn song. I am trash.
That's the spirit. Keep going. Oh, you're pretty good too, Yosuke.
What's huh? Way to go, Chie.
Good, I can sense both your passion.
Amazing moves, Chie. Should I learn Kung Fu too?
Probably would work. You better after fighting anyways if you'd learn Kung Fu. Are we done? Oh, thank God.
Persona!
What instrument are you gonna pull out? Oh, a guitar? Is it always gonna be a guitar? I did it the best that I could. I don't know if I would say it's good. How did I only miss 8? That seems unlikely.
Good going.
Thank you for the money. I don't know what I need to spend the money on. Working together. Great. Next? I could rewatch it, but... Oh, you had a base? Okay. I felt like I missed too
Yosuke,
many.
You did it. That was a great performance.
Yes, you were wonderful.
Phew.
Maybe I should move back.
Not such a
This could
disappointment
extend
now, huh?
out, and I could see the
It's not like
screen
I've been
more.
screwing around all this time, you
I have to
know.
move the green screen though if I do that.
Whoa. Chie, are you all right? You're spacing out.
Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing at all, really. Just it caught me off guard, and I was like, "Damn, Yosuke!"
Damn, Yosuke!
Oh, what was that, Chie? Now that you've seen how cool I can be, are you falling for me?
No, that's not possible. Right, Chie?
Yeah, your dance was awesome, but none of that other stuff.
Yukiko-san, Chie-san,
Just like cut him down at the knees.
it was supposed to be a joke. Could you please get the punchline instead of taking it seriously? Oh, damn it. Even the shadows understand me better than you two.
They're just patting him on the back like, you'll find someone someday, man. Chie and Yukiko ignore Yosuke's stubborn complaints. As I approach Yosuke to console him, the glowing shadows around us suddenly begin melting away.
Whoa.
They're going to heaven, I guess.
Wow. It's beautiful.
I love the sight of death. The shadows cheering in joy at Yosuke. I don't know if they're actually dying. It's just kind of weird that they're ascending to heaven glowing white. And engulfed by light, little by little, they fade away into the air. It's a beautiful sight, no matter how many times I see it. This is the second time we've seen it. We all watch them in awe.
What's up with those shadows anyway? I mean, these guys are kind of different from the shadows we're used to, huh? Usually they try to beat the crap out of us as soon as they see us.
Now that you mention it, you're right. Oh, are they calm because they're chained down? You know, like Chosokabe.
I don't know what that... I have no idea what that means. I have Chosokabe. 1 second, let's see. Chosokabe. Not Chico Kabe. What is that? I'm not clicking that. Choco. Oh, Choso. I can spell. It's a clan? This doesn't explain anything. What does that mean, Yukiko?
Chosokabe? The Sengoku era feudal lord?
Yeah, that's what shows.
No, not him. You know my dog.
Oh.
His name's Muku. I keep telling her, but she keeps forgetting.
I wouldn't. What?
Hell, this isn't even the TV world. Are there really this many shadows outside of it?
I mean, there's a lot of shadows in general, dog.
I know it happened once, but that was kind of a special case.
Yosuke's right. I hadn't given much thought to it since this isn't the real world, but are the shadows really everywhere? Just as our personas prove, shadows are entities tied closely to the human mind. I highly doubt they can just be anywhere that qualifies as an alternate world.
Maybe they were caught in the TV world and then they got yanked over here.
Perhaps someone was walking them?
Are you still stuck
I think she's still stuck on dogs. Someone brought them
I
here.
don't know if it's from the TV world or not, but it's possible they were brought here from somewhere.
Let's say they're from inside the TV. You'd think Teddy would have noticed their presence first thing, right? But if it's not the TV they came from, that'd mean there could be shadows anywhere.
Yeah.
First off, where even is here? This definitely isn't the TV world, right?
Teddy said as much, so we can at least be sure about that. Probably.
That's true.
That voice
Gotta add
said
that
this is a
probably
place
with
where
anything
no one
Teddy
hurts.
says to you.
Yeah, no one hurts or gets hurt, right? Well, if you get brainwashed by that ribbon, I guess you wouldn't even think about hurting anyone.
Depends on what the brainwashing is.
Who the heck is that voice anyway? Sure sounds like they know a lot about this world.
More like it rules this world. Maybe that voice created everything here.
Maybe. This is a very Che-like idea. It made this place. It's certainly possible, but we don't have enough information to determine that.
Who knows? It's not like any one specific person made the TV world either.
Well,
Though if the voice does have that kind of power, then we're up against one tough opponent.
we've been up against probably tougher.
It's hard to believe this is all the work of a normal person. Aha! Maybe the culprit isn't human. An alien, maybe?
You know, probably. Out of this world, right?
I doubt that.
Honestly, that would be the least weirdest thing that's happened in Persona is like alien invasion.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I did a little research after getting Rise's text. You know what people are saying about the LMB website's video, right? That it's the curse of a dead idol?
Everyone turned towards Yosuke, startled. No, Yukiko was fascinated, and Chie was horrified at his unexpected words. Chie has a known problem dealing with this kind of subject, and she's quick to challenge Yosuke's statement.
What? No, stop right there! How can you bring up that stuff at a time like this? I can't believe you!
Hey, I'm being serious here. There was an idol that committed suicide a while ago, and rumor has it that she cursed the site from beyond the grave.
Well, I mean, how do you do that? How do you learn to do that? I need that for future reference, by the way.
So since she's already dead,
Not the suicide part,
She
the
has
curse part. That sounded really
supernatural
wrong. I'm sorry.
Oh, you two!
But they always end like that, right? So this person like cursed this area. How do they learn to do that? Do they die and just like, I now know how to curse places? Or is it just the act of killing yourself cursing the area? Like, I guess if you were a witch or something, or like a sorcerer or something, you would know how to do that. But it's a weird trope in like movies and books and video games. I guess it probably is just the act of killing yourself releases like dark energy, maybe.
Come on! We should get going! We need to save Tamami-chan, right? We don't have time to be standing around chatting!
She's right. Maybe what we're talking about relates to the incident, but it's dangerous to waste time talking, mostly for Chie. We still have a ways to go. We can't have her losing her composure. She's a valuable help. Plus, she dislikes the subject. If we need to go over it to solve this mystery, then unfortunately for her, we'll do so. But right now, we'd better move on.
You're right. Let's focus on rescuing Tamami-san.
All right, if we're ready, then let's move.
We all nod and start running down the path into the giant clown mouth. Tamami-san is up ahead. We need to save her. And we've apparently run in circles.
Someone's there!
We spot a silhouette up ahead, and Chie is the first to speak out. On closer inspection, it definitely is a girl wearing a familiar white outfit, looking utterly lost.
That's her! Tamami-san!
You-san? Huh? Why are you here?
To save you!
Dude, awesome! Just like on TV. It's the real fluffy hand in the flesh.
Oh god, that was her nickname, wasn't it?
Huh? But why are you in your stage outfit?
We were practicing, and we heard this creepy song, and then something all flat and slithery wrapped around us, and I don't know what happened, but the next thing I knew, I was here. This doesn't make any sense. Where are we? And who are you?
That's Yosuke. Don't go near him. It looks like seeing a familiar face has brought her at least some relief. Tamami-san keeps changing expression like a child throwing a tantrum as she yells at us. I've met her before, so I'm a bit used to it, but the others seem a little taken aback by her attitude.
Oh, yeah. We haven't introduced ourselves. I'm Yosuke Hanamura, this guy's partner.
I mean, I feel like you introducing us like that is going to give people the wrong idea about us. But hey, you know, maybe it's the right idea.
And this is Chie Satonaka and Yukiko Amagi. They're our friends. Our team, I guess?
Yosuke, just... no more introductions, please.
Anyhow, you can relax now that we're here. Don't worry, Tamamin. We'll save you.
She's like, I am, like, now especially worried.
Yosuke-san, Chie-san, and Yukiko-san?
Tamami-san steps forward towards Yosuke and the others and takes a good look at each of them, staring into each person's face. Judging from what I know of her, I might have an idea what she's trying to do. Well, that sounds a little misleading. It'd be more accurate to just say she's trying to pick a fight again.
Huh? Something wrong?
Nice to meet you.
Whoa, that's close. What's up?
Yep, I win. I'm the cutest one here.
That is highly debatable.
What?
That's what that was about? Is this really the time for that? And hey, why am I even in the running?
Guys can be cute. Suddenly, the atmosphere around us changes without a word. We all ready ourselves for action. We know this feeling. As to be expected, an all too familiar voice echoed down above to us. No, to Tamame-san, standing behind us.
I found you. Oh, Tamami, what a funny girl you are.
What do you mean you found her? How'd you lose her?
Well, who do we have here? We won't let you have Tamamin.
You're still around? Sorry, but it's almost time for Tamami's big performance. Let's go, Tamami. Make everyone laugh, like you always do.
Why should I go with you? Besides, I'm not trying to make anyone laugh.
Oh, I know. You're just working hard, always trying to do your best. But it's a funny thing, isn't it? The harder you work, the farther away...
I'm pretty sure that's not her work that's doing that, it's just her attitude.
Funny? How dare you?
It's all right. I understand your pain. If you connect with me, you won't have to suffer at all.
Bye? Okay. One of us. One of us. Black mist gathers and forms a crowd of shadows. I don't know why me just saying that. I was like, man, I want to play some King Quest games. I haven't played King's Quest since I was a young lad. And man, I don't know why that would be like just pop into my head. I don't even know if my computer could run King Quest games. There's got to be a way. DOSBox or maybe good old games. But anyways, oh man, the old Ultima games. Like before, they're all connected by ribbons. As they eerily sway their bodies, they try to reach out to us.
These guys again? Dude, there's even more of them this time.
I won't have to suffer?
Stay back!
Tamami-san, stay back. We'll handle this.
Huh? Okay.
Chie, all four of us, Chie, Yukiko, Yosuke, and I, stand in front of the shadows, blocking Tamame-san. There's only one thing to do. We can't let them take her.
Hey, you! Think you can smooth talk to Mommy-chan? Whoa! Not gonna happen! Sorry!
That's right! All your pretty words are nothing but lies!
Huh. Now that we're here, it's not gonna be so easy for you.
Well, let's get to the dancing to figure that out.
Stop yapping. You don't know a thing about Tamami.
This is true. I met her yesterday, and she was rude to me.
No one likes pain or suffering, so let's all get connected.
That's not exactly true. There are some people that actually quite enjoy pain. Not me. Not me. I'm just saying, there are people out there that pay a good price for it. Then every song begins playing, and the shadows start their dance. And again, this strange feeling of lethargy washes over us.
What is this song? My head!
This song again? No matter how many times I hear it, it makes me cringe.
Oh,
I mean, it is not a good song, you're right. I wouldn't say it makes me cringe.
Still, we can't afford to lose. Stand back, everyone.
There's a hurricane coming through.
I'll dance this one.
Yukiko, what are you saying?
Don't worry. I've been practicing the song Risei-chan gave me every time I took a bath at our inn.
Singing or dancing? Cause you can practice a song in a bath by singing. If you're dancing in your tub, don't do that. That is dangerous.
First come, first served, right, Yosuke-kun? Then here I come.
Yukiko walks ahead of me and exhales sharply through her nose, straightening her posture. She looks ready and willing. In fact, looking at her...
Hey, you think maybe Yukiko just really wanted to dance?
Probably.
Yukiko, you're dancing in the inn's open-air bath?
Okay, I guess that's a little safer than a bathtub.
Sorry for the holdup, Senpai. The shadows are right in front of you, aren't they?
Yeah.
Risei-chan,
I
I'll
do
be
like your
dancing
necklace.
This time. Can you prepare the music for me?
You mean your track, Yukiko Senpai? Give me a sec. Okay, ready when you are.
Thank you.
Saving. All right.
Let's get it started now.
I lean on the mic's in the way.
I think I'll enjoy this.
Yeah, you might.
It's all right. Just keep calm.
Not gonna lie, I thought that said Hobbit Hobbit for a second, and I was really confused.
Here, let all our feelings get through.
So I already messed up the combo. Miss. It really does sound like they're saying Hobbit Hobbit. Oops.
Good.
Trying to keep an eye on the center of the screen.
Get through.
So I missed the fever, huh? I feel like I'm messing this up.
I'll liven things up.
I guess not. Never mind.
All right, you're nailing it.
No, I'm not. Shut up.
Splendid, Yukiko.
You truly are amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Yukon.
All right, let's do this with gusto.
Thanks, Yukon. You really are reliable when things matter most. Here.
Oh, shit. I didn't mean to scratch there. Come on, get the perfects. I got mostly goods, I feel like.
Good.
Done? Okay, great.
Persona.
What do you have? Oh, a guitar? Oh, you have a trumpet. Or a saxophone, not a trumpet. Saxophone. Yeah, you can definitely tell this is Vita in terms of like control. Stage clear, not a brilliant. Not a brilliant, huh?
That was surprisingly good.
Why'd I get a brilliant on the other one? And what do you mean easy? Shut up. Actually, looking at the numbers, I feel like I did better this one. I guess the combo is lower? Or because I didn't get the fever. Ah, that's fine. Whatever. Next. Jerks.
Thank goodness. I guess they understood me. How well did I dance, though, I wonder?
Apparently not as good as the other ones. You could go. We get dinner? Oh, you're gonna be right back. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm messing up more than I actually am. Maybe that's because it's on easy mode. I don't know. Oh, as the shadows cheer at Yukiko's amazing dance, we run towards her, all smiles. Her, Yusuke, they're all incredible. We may have had Risei's help, but it's still impressive how far they've come. And maybe something in this world is affecting them, but even then, I can tell how much they've been practicing. Of course, Risei deserves credit as well. We had a pretty strict regimen for us. Or she had a pretty strict regimen.
Wow. Who are these people?
Are they really amateurs? Her moves weren't anything special, but the emotion in that dance,
I can't possibly.
Yeah, you're fired. Yukiko's replacing you. I'm gonna keep it on the default difficulty for now because...
Do you see now, Tamara? They'll only hurt you.
I feel like it's just gonna get harder from here and I'm not gonna do good.
You're not like them. They can't save you.
Stop being a sore loser. You trying to pull something else?
Me? Oh no. You're the ones tormenting Tamara.
Not yet.
No. I need to be number one. The best. Or else my place. My purpose.
Tamami-san, stay calm.
Your shadow will come out if you keep doing that.
No!
Hello, Ribbons. Bye.
Tamamine!
Tamami-san!
It all happens at once. Countless ribbons dart out of nowhere and drag Tamami-san off to the distance. I think less time to think, it would not be good for me. We stand there frozen, everything happening before we have a chance to react. Maybe as we progress or beat the story, we can try like a few songs on like hard mode or something like that, just to really see how bad I am. What was that? The voice talked to Tamami-san, and the moment she faltered, the ribbons bolted out with unimaginable speed.
Damn it, what the hell was that?
That was ribbons.
You can't save Tamami-san? What did that voice mean?
later, we have to hurry. She wasn't acting normal at all.
Tamami-chan
Yeah, it's like
is
she
in
was
danger!
jealous of our skill.
You're right. Let's chase after her.
After sharing a nod, we dash off in the direction Tamami-san disappeared. We won't let our guard down this time. Tamami-san will be saved. Or we will save you. One or the other. It's a higher difficulty called All Night. Oh god. As we run down the path, the surroundings get stranger and stranger. Eventually, we arrive at a giant tent. We go inside without a moment of hesitation. Yosuke yelps, though not out of disgust or shock. Out of horror.
What the? This is an actual circus tent. Is Tamamin really here?
I see her! Over there!
Where? Hi. Yukio points to the center of the stage or the tent where Tamami-san stands, lit up by a spotlight as if she's performing.
Shut up! I'm going to be the best. The #1 idol in the industry.
But you're a backup idol right now, so you still have some work to do.
Do you have any idea how much I've done? How hard I've worked for that?
No?
True. You've put a lot of effort into realizing your goal. But is that what you really want?
I mean, sounds like it.
You just want to be accepted. All your life, your famous actress of a mother and your beloved father.
Oh, you just have mommy and daddy issues?
How could you know about that?
I know everything about you. And I know how badly you're hurting inside. You've been trying hard for them. But you're well aware that you'll never live up to your mother's image. Or even Konami. And since you're not the best, no one is going to accept you.
That's not true.
No one will ever love you.
I mean, the second part might be true. She is very standoffish. Tamami-san shakes her head vehemently, there we go, like a child, and crouches down as if to reject everything she says. It's so familiar. I've seen things like this happen again and again. It's the worst case scenario when a human who has fallen into the TV world denies their own shadow, and the shadow goes wild. I'm sure everyone's thinking the same thing. One moment we're holding our breath, the next moment we all dash for Tamami-san.
This is bad. We gotta hurry.
Tamami-san!
Tamami-san!
Look, they've come for you, Tamami. Stronger, more talented people here to save a helpless little girl.
I mean, she's right.
Yes, I know that you aren't strong. You don't really want to be the best.
No, that's not true.
That's impossible.
It's all right. Don't kill yourself over something you're not. People want you just the way you are.
So it's definitely the ghost of the idol that killed herself then?
Just listen for yourself.
Maybe.
Listen to everyone's voices.
Tamami doesn't need to be #1. Her looks are pretty average, but she's still decently popular. Who cares if she doesn't sell that much?
I mean, from a marketing perspective, you should probably care. Like, that's where the money is. Not saying it's right or anything like that. Just saying if you're in the market to sell stuff as an idol, you want to sell stuff. Suddenly, an unfamiliar voice resounds from above. No, not from above. It feels like it's whispering directly into our ears, different from Rise's persona communication.
What the? Who's talking?
I don't know. But is he talking about Tamamin?
I know, right? As long as she's fun to watch, I'm totally fine. She's kind of a natural airhead. All she needs to do is make us laugh sometimes.
I don't want her to break out or anything. I prefer she just kept being the group's comic relief.
Are you the comic relief? I mean, I thought the entire group was comic relief because you're all doing that, like, meat thing.
I heard she does a ridiculous amount of training on her own, but why? She won't lose her job as long as she keeps people laughing, don't you think?
Well, age kind of is a thing. She needs kind of succeed and secure her future before, like, the idol people just, like, dump her to the side. I mean, like, modeling, like, idol group stuff and actresses and actors. Some of the stuff you hear about all that shit is just, like, horrible. Like, why would anybody want to do that?
Hi.
And then there's the ones that actually give into the horrible stuff that and just start repeating it, and it's just like, Jesus.
See, Tamami?
An endless cycle of shit.
No one expects it. Won't you accept these people's
No,
desires?
fuck them.
You can live your days of pain and hardship.
I think this is the difference in personality right here. If I heard something like that, I'd be like, nah, I don't give a shit about them. They just walk away. Then again, I guess not everyone's like that.
I never needed to work hard.
No, that's the wrong mentality. Okay, game. That looks very uncomfortable, actually. As Tamami-san's word, it happens. Ribbons fly from all sides, wrapping around her body and lifting her to the air. I think it's all wrapped around her throat. That's a little dangerous. But even caught there in the ribbons, like prey in a spiderweb, Tamami-san remained quiet.
Tamami!
Tamami-chan! I don't care anymore. If that's what everybody wants, I might as well take the easy way.
Hey, they pay me to, sure. Suddenly the ribbons bind Tamami-san's entire body, wrapping her like a cocoon. And at the same time, black mist, like that of a shadow frenzy, just like we saw upon first entering this world, begins churning out over her body.
What the hell? Dude, this looks bad.
She's been taken in by the voice's power.
They're connected. Now you can become the Tamami everyone wants.
That sounds extremely inappropriate. Is this Tamami's shadow form?
Yes, it feels great. This is the me that all the people love.
I don't know about that. If they have a clown fetish, maybe.
Everybody will accept me now.
But even then, I would imagine there is a limit to that.
And all I had to do was forget about myself.
Now that's just gigantic. A clown outfit, a balloon-like body that's easily over 2 meters, and a giant face drawn on the stomach. After the ribbons burst, a creepy and yet ludicrous creature stands there where Tamami-san was. As we prepare for conflict, one explicable thought runs through my mind. It's even bigger than kanji. Hearing Eri cheering from behind, we turn to see the stands, empty moments ago, now filled with shadows connected by ribbons. This is what that voice meant by Tamami-san's stage is starting. Now Tamami-san has taken on the form of that shadow wanted all along.
Oh, I've had enough of this!
Yeah!
Throwing your feelings away, pandering to people so they like you? There's no point in that!
You tell him, Chie.
People should be proud of you for training like crazy, for fighting to make yourself even better!
I mean, you know, if it's a business and she's not selling anything, you gotta work on that, but yeah, sure.
I know you know that, Tamami-chan, and I'm not gonna forgive anyone who doesn't respect hard work!
She puts on her Bruce Lee outfit. To be honest, I was surprised. She must have been outraged. Ever since we've been dancing, Chie looked the most hesitant, but now she's taking the stage. She's probably the most earnest of us all and the hardest worker. I'm sure she couldn't stand seeing Tamami-san being made a fool of when she's working so hard.
Chie! There's lots of things I hate about myself. I tried to hide them, worried that people might not like me. But these guys saw me inside and out, and they accepted me for who I am. That's why I'm with them now. All the important stuff.
Because they know my
everyone
secret, and
taught
I can't
me,
let them spread that.
I'll get it through to you, Tamami-chan.
Yeah, Chie! Knock him dead!
Chie-senpai, I heard everything.
I'm a snooper.
Rise-chan? It's kind of embarrassing, but there you have it. So cue it up.
Yeah, I'm cranking it up, so show me that fancy footwork.
Alrighty then, let's do this.
Yeah, nothing against Ashley Burt. She does good voice actress and work.
Tamami-chan,
It's one of those things like,
no
her
time.
voice just doesn't match Rise, at least from the other games.
Devour them all!
IMO.
Alright, I'm on a roll. Going great.
was on a roll.
Going great! Alright, success! I'm on a roll!
Buddy.
Oh, I was pressing the wrong buttons. I don't know how I got fervor.
Alright, success! That's the spirit! Keep going!
That's the spirit. Kanamin, can you hear us?
Not bad, Yosuke! You rocked the house! I can tell they truly understand each other. You nailed it, Yosuke!
No, he didn't.
Good too! Going great!
I don't know why, but for some reason I keep pressing like the triangle button when it says up, or it's going towards the up.
Going great! Alright! I'm on a roll! Alright, success! Alright! Charging complete! Alright! I'm on a
I feel like hers isn't that. He says, instantly messing that up.
Going great!
I was gonna say, I feel like hers isn't that bad. I don't recognize this song.
Here it comes. Fever time.
Alright, success!
Yes. We'll have you saved in no time, Kanamin.
Maybe.
Yosuke, I knew you could do it if you tried. They're both fantastic.
Shut up, Yukio. You're jinxing me. Okay, this has actually been my worst performance, I think.
Persona!
It's from Persona 4 Arena. Oh! Trumpet!
Stage clear.
That is quite the pose, GA. Jesus
Well, I gotta give you
Christ.
props for that.
How is your back? Good God. Yeah, I missed 15. That was awful. That was absolutely atrocious. But I cleared it, so that's good. Next.
Did that do it?
Oh, that was okay. That was from. Okay, I just didn't recognize it. The monster let out a scream of pain and writhes. Awakened by Chie's dance, its voice is gradually turning back into Tamami-san's. When it finally breaks down, the monster crumbles away, and only Tamami-san is left standing there, hanging her head. Very bright.
Tamami-chan!
Kanamin!
What? Oh, that's right. Well, I guess I really blew it there.
Yeah, you did.
No biggie, right?
No, it was kind of very inappropriate.
Yeah! What's important is that you get it now, Tamami-chan!
Do you though?
Oh, man. I thought I did everything I could, but I didn't realize I had so much to learn.
Biting her lip, she looks miserable. She must have gone through things that we can only imagine. But along with that bitterness, I could feel a new resolve from her as well. And as proof, Tamami-san raises her head up and looking more determined than ever.
I'm going to stick to my extra voice training and all the dance lessons.
Cool.
No matter what anyone else thinks, I won't give up.
I mean, you're pretty famous, right, already? I mean, you don't sell a lot of merch according to that voice, but get cuter merch or something. I don't know. I don't have any merch, so I can't really give you advice on it. But at the same time,
To those people I heard.
make a plushie to yourself or something.
Thank you so much, Chie-san. And you too, Yu-san, Yukiko-san, and Yosuke-san.
Good luck. I'm sure you can do it.
Okay, but are we leaving her here? Like, why do I feel like we're saying goodbye to her?
But I'm still gonna be #1.
Okay.
No more helpless little girl, ever. From now on, I'm the one doing the saving.
Sure you are.
It'll be exciting, dramatic. Like I'd suddenly appear and save a puppy caught in a storm drain.
Well, I hope you do that. Because that is a horrible way for any creature to go.
Hey, you think she knows this kind of stuff is why people think of her as the goofy one?
Don't ask me! You guys, I'm standing right here. I'm an idol. A very serious, very professional, non-comic relief idol.
Sure you are. Aren't you a hen? Like a fluffy hen? You still don't have merch? Nah, I don't have any merch. I can't remember. Like, I thought of some and I was just like, would I buy this? The only merch I have ever bought, this is the only thing they had available on their website by the time I got around to it, is an Unus Honest mug. This is, well, not mug, but water container. That's it. That's the only merch I have ever bought. So it's kind of hard to think up merch that you think would sell when you don't buy merch yourself, right? I know I could just copy someone else and do like a t-shirt or a mug. I thought about having a coffee cup with like my logo on it, but the thing is, like, I would want it to be kind of high quality, like people would use and it not wear out, and those get really expensive and whatever. Maybe I'll do like a body pillow of just me on it. That would sell a lot. Yeah. Tomomi yells, and for a moment it feels like the same hectic atmosphere when we first met her, before a pillar of light descends nearby. A thick metal door appears, as if from thin air. What is that?
What the? A door of some kind. But where does it lead?
I don't know.
Wait, is this the door to our dressing room?
I guess?
Oh, it totally is. It's got the same scratch right across here.
Is that from Xenosaga? Oh, no, Unus Honest. Well, he kind of had to be there for it, but it was a channel that Markiplier and Ethan from Crank Gameplays did. They did a year of video, and at the end of that year, they deleted the channel. Unus Honest means 1 year. Their catchphrase was Memento Mori.
The door to the dressing room?
It was really interesting. It's actually a really good experiment and entertaining videos they did for a year.
The one at Takara Productions. We use it all the time when we have a recording session or something.
Come to think of it, it is familiar. This door does look like the one at Takara Productions we use for practice with Rise. But these types of doors are in most studios. Being newcomers to Takara Productions, we're not in a position to identify it for sure. I don't know why my brain stopped there. But what about Tamami-san? She's a veteran idol and she knows the studio. She's been going there for years. If she says that it's their door, then...
Takara Productions. You mean where we came from? How could it be here, though?
Let's go take a look inside. We might find out something.
Are we back in the real world? That red light makes it seem like it's not the real world.
Excuse me. It's a tiny bit different, but this is the Takara Productions dressing room. I'm sure of it.
What about that ominous red light?
I don't sense any enemies around. I think we might be safe here.
I think we're delusional. I can feel everyone's tension drop after I say so. As I thought, they're all tired. We've been on high alert ever since we arrived here. I don't blame them. Realizing something, Yukio raises her hand to her ear and listens carefully.
Did you notice you can't hear that bizarre song in here?
There's something about this room.
Yeah, it is a
Different
safe
from
room,
the other
right?
places we've been so far.
I don't think that's sunset. That red light, I don't think is sunset. I mean, there's been some really orange well, not red like that, no. There's some orangey, some reddish sometimes, but it's very rare. It ain't that color.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Almost makes me forget we're in another world.
Oh, there was a storm back in the day. It wasn't a hurricane. We don't get hurricanes really in this area. It was like a gigantic like thunderstorm. And after the thunderstorm hit, it was just orange out for like a few hours before night came. It was weird.
What is this?
I don't know.
Huh? Some kind of note?
A note? Does that mean someone was here before
Pretty
us?
sure this is not the real world.
I don't think this is a letter. It's more like a diary entry.
A diary?
Why write it at the bottom
Whose,
of the
though?
diary page then?
Hey, you mind reading that out?
I can't read.
The pressure from everyone is crushing me. No one really knows me. I don't have any bonds with anyone. I don't want to sing. I have no right to sing that song. It hurts so much. I feel like I'm suffocating.
Is this a suicide note?
Disappear. I'm too weak even to stand on my own. I just wish I could connect to someone, to have a bond to support me.
The writer was clearly in a lot of pain. I wonder if they came here and wrote it.
But this isn't the real world. Who would even have had the chance to do that?
A silence settles over us. After all, none of us have the answer to that question. But this rather realistic note left here, because of how strange it is, it feels like a clue to something.
I just thought of something. But, I don't know.
You want to scare Chie a little bit? Go ahead.
Say it, Yosuke.
That voice out there kept telling us and Tamamin to get connected.
Thanks,
right?
Monado boy. I am having fun, even if I'm being pretty bad at this game.
And then there's this note. And the idol who committed suicide? I don't know. But I'm getting the idea that it's all...
No, I can't handle that stuff!
Yeah, well, guess what? You're in a horror story.
Idol who committed suicide?
Yeah, it was at the start of the game.
Everyone, are you all right?
Oh, Rise, we're fine. How about you guys?
What the? What's going on? Oh no! Now I'm hearing voices? Rise-senpai's in my
Yeah,
head!
you get used to it. Right, since we're all in this world, it slipped my mind, but Tamami-san and the others don't know about personas or shadows. It's only natural for Tamami-san to panic when Rise's voice is suddenly in her head. I wasn't quite sure how to explain it, but Yukiko instantly solved that problem.
Don't worry, it's like a phone. It's harmless. Oh.
That is actually probably the best way to explain that.
We just saved Sumomo. You're with Tamami, right? I can tell she's there.
I'm glad you're safe. Looks like things are going well on your end, too.
Yeah, Kanji and Teddy are both really pulling their weight. Oh, and so is Naoto-kun, naturally.
Yeah? I see, I was a bit worried, but it looks like Rise's team is doing better than I thought. As I glanced at Tamami-san, she breathes a sigh of relief at hearing the safety of her fellow idol.
Oh, thank God. Sumomo's okay.
And the place you're in right now, it looks like a dressing room, right?
Yeah.
What about it?
I think it'd be best to leave Tamami there to rest, instead of moving on ahead with her.
What? Why? I don't want to stay here on my...
Just as Tamami-san stepped forward to speak, she lost her balance. Ready to spring forward to catch her, we all breathed a sigh of relief when she managed to stay standing.
Tamami-san, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just... I feel really tired.
This world is rather draining. Of course, now that I think about it, that makes sense. She's been in this world for a day longer than we have. We're used to situations like this, but even then, we're using more energy than normal. There's no way Tamami-san wouldn't be tired.
I knew it. It's like the TV world. Normal people get exhausted just by being here. So it would do more harm than good if she went with you guys.
Is it really that safe here, though? I mean, what if shadows pop up again while we're gone?
You sent away all the shadows in your area, so it should be okay. Plus, I don't even sense a residual shadow presence in that room. It's almost like a safe zone.
A safe zone?
As far as I can tell, yeah. So you should make sure Tamami gets some rest and go on ahead.
I would not be able to sleep here.
Oh, and about Miss Ochimizu? Geez, I gotta go.
I don't want to talk about her.
We'll talk later, okay?
Got it.
How's the groove? It's getting worse with each song. I said goodbye to Rise after she cut the communication short and our communication ended. Okay. So we didn't actually say goodbye to her. There's still business we have to talk about, but she'll probably call back later.
Was Rise-chan gonna say something at the end there? Wonder what it was.
A cliffhanger for future story.
Yeah, something about Miss Ochimizu.
Hey, do I really have to stay here? I can't go with you guys?
Yeah, you have to stay here. We can't afford your voice actress. Being stared down by Tamami-san, I was at a loss for an answer. Rise's right, it's probably best to leave her here. But to her, it feels like being abandoned in a strange, hostile world.
I understand what Rise-chan's saying, but it's only natural for Tamami-san to feel anxious being here alone.
What should we do? Maybe one of us stays with her?
Considering what just happened, it's probably a bad idea to split up our forces.
I'll stay with Tamami.
Hello? We should not leave her here with her.
Ms. Ochimizu?
You need someone to stay in order for you to move on, right?
We definitely should not let her stay. No.
So, I'm saying I'll stay.
I was in shock. It was none other than Miss Ochimizu, the head producer of LMB, exactly as I remember her.
That is Miss Ochimizu, right? The LMB producer?
I think so. That rude lady we met at the studio.
Yukiko, she can hear you!
Who cares?
Wait, hold on. She protected Kanami-chan, and she got dragged into this world. Why is she standing here all cool, like nothing happened?
This has got to be what Rise wanted to tell us.
Well, maybe. Or she could have told us to watch out for her, one or the other.
Of course I pushed Konami away to protect her. I'm sure nobody had a better plan at the time.
Yeah? I mean, push her out of the way, yeah.
You don't have to say it like that.
Not good. Unlike me, the others aren't used to Miss Ochimiru's yet. I'm not worried about Yosuke, but Yukio and Chie tend to take things personally. And stand up for themselves. Good. Which means they could clash with Ms. Ochimizu. In order to demonstrate that this is Ms. Ochimizu's normal, I tried talking with them like I usually do. Or her.
Miss Ochimizu, I'm glad to see you safe. But how did you get here?
I hate repeating myself, but I suppose I must since you weren't with the other group. I simply walked here. When I came to, I was lying on the ground, so I started moving. I did run into some strangely dressed people along the way, but they didn't do anything to me.
Strangely dressed people? Wait, you mean shadows? And they didn't attack you? How's that possible?
'Cause I feel like this isn't her.
I don't know, but when I got closer, they vanished into thin air. Suppose I'm not too popular here either.
Shadows have likes and dislikes?
Of course, you've met Teddy, dog.
Pardon my rudeness, but you don't look very surprised given the situation. Why is that?
Well, I'm not that hard-headed. I don't know where this is, but after what happened, it would seem reasonable to think that something supernatural is going on here. And panicking won't get me anywhere, will it?
Maybe.
Now, from the looks of you, I'm guessing you have an idea about what's going on. Or this is something you're used to.
Yeah.
And you've come here to save Tamami and the others. Is that correct?
We all couldn't help but exchange glances at Ms. Ochimiru's sharp reduction. She's certainly on the mark, but we still don't know her intentions.
Well, that's pretty much it, yeah.
Then I can only offer my thanks.
And money.
Sumomo and Tamami. At the very least, your group rescued those two already.
Well, we just, did what we could. Wait, Ms. Ochimizu, how do you know that?
I met Rise Kujikawa and the others prior to coming here. It was after they saved Sumomo.
I feel like we should ask her that.
Dude, she really gets stuff done.
Ignoring Yosuke's reaction, Ms. Ochimizu calmly scans the area and her gaze settles on Tamami-san. Immediately, Tamami-san stands at attention, frozen like a deer in the headlights.
Tamami, if you're a professional, then bite the bullet. You're staying here with me. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this Angelica?
Jeez, she's so intense. There's no way anyone could say no to that.
I freaking told you! This is the Empress! Every fan's worst nightmare!
That's all I have to say. If you're done here, then go. I'll leave the other members to you.
This is Angelica, yeah.
No mistakes will be tolerated, right? We'll do our best.
Ms. Ochimiru snorts and tilts her head dismissively, as if ending the conversation, then looks away. Shortly, Chie comes with me, baffled.
Yukun, I can't believe you can talk to her like it's nothing. She really gets under my skin.
You can kick her, it's fine.
Me too. Does she really have to put things so harshly?
You can use your fan on her, it's fine.
That's no way to ask favors of people. It makes me lose the will to even try.
We don't have to save them.
Yeah, huh?
We can just leave,
I've
probably.
seen her on TV, but man, she's even rougher in person. But is it me? Or is she harsh on purpose? I wonder if there's a hidden agenda or something.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do you really think
Pretty
so?
sure that's not actually
she
her.
did thank us, so I don't feel bad about anything she said.
Well, we're here to save the members of Kanamin Kitchen. Whatever she says, it doesn't change what we're going to do.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry I brought up such an awkward subject.
That's fine.
Anyway, we should take a quick rest and get moving. We don't have any time to lose. We need to save everyone.
2 left. There's still people who we need to save. Yosuke's right. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. We got a job to do. As I'm thinking, Miss Ochimiru finds the strange note, looking it over. Closing night. It's closing time. After Yu's team left the dressing room, all that remained was Ochimizu and the very tense Tamami sitting alongside her. Hi.
You have a solo part at LMB, don't you?
Yes, I do.
How are you feeling? Any better now?
Yes, I was exhausted before, but I think I'm okay now.
I see.
Awkward.
Can you dance for me?
Right now?
If you're too fatigued, then that's fine.
Oh, no, I'll do it. Please, let me dance.
Oh man, that's...
Then start.
I don't know about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Tamami stood in front of Ochimizu and began dancing. We didn't animate it though.
Stop. No, you're not getting it at all. Listen to me, Tamami. The power, the soul of that routine is like... pain and outrage, the agony of the oldest brother of a family of orphans, his precious flan eaten by careless younger siblings.
What?
You raise your hands to the heavens and cry out in pure, wretched, exquisite misery. Do our bonds mean nothing?
Okay, maybe this is really her and she's just really weird.
What? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. That's fine. Thought that was going to be like a shadow or something, but maybe that is her. Who knows? Leaving Tamami-san behind, we move on. After some time, our surroundings start changing again. What is this? It was Tamami-san's stage just a minute ago. Does it mean that from here on it's something different? I like this area. It looks like a club. The Sexy Lounge. Tomoe.
Whoa. What do we have here?
The Sexy Lounge with Tomoe.
It's way different from before. It was a circus for a while.
Shocking
back
lack
there,
of
but
clowns.
This feels more like nightlife, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. I wonder what the person who made all this is trying to accomplish.
The person who made this, huh? Yeah. It's not like the TV world where everything reflects the mind of the one trapped inside.
It's like kind of the opposite, right? It reflects the person who's controlling them.
So the most reasonable guess would be that that voice made all this.
That's right. In our investigation inside the TV, the mind of the person inside the TV affected the environment's appearance. But based on Tamami-san's case, this is different. So who's shaping this? Is it that voice like Yosuke said?
Who the heck is it anyways? It's been all voice and not one appearance yet.
Huh? You mean it's not a ghost?
I mean, wouldn't that make it a ghost if it's just been a voice?
Yukiko, I know it's unintentional, but you really should watch what you say before you start losing friends.
I think she's saying it on purpose, dog.
Look, forget the ghosts. Either way, we have no idea who this person is, right? Isn't there some sort of hint anywhere? You know, something not ghost-related, please.
Let's connect.
That voice was telling us and Tamami-san to connect with them.
Oh, that sounds pretty ghosty to me. It was written in that dressing room, too.
Oh, speaking of which, Tamami-san said that the dressing room was the one in Takara Productions. If that voice is the one shaping this world, then
That person must be familiar with Takara Productions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounded like the
It's
voice
Igor.
knew Tamami-san fairly well.
Maybe. Dude probably needs a hobby.
Tamami-san was caught completely off guard when that voice talked about her mother, and even her insecurities.
All right, things are getting clearer. So the culprit's related to Takara Productions and knows Kanamin Kitchen.
That's as much as we can puzzle up for now. But Takara Productions is Kanamin's Kitchen's agency. Everyone knows them there. You don't have enough information to pinpoint the suspect right now. Ooh, but darkness.
Playing detective, are
Not the
we?
first time.
I'm afraid we can't have you wandering around backstage if you're not on staff.
Should I get a staff shirt?
Shut up! We're here to save Tamamin, Sumomin, Tomomin, and Nozomin, not to play your stupid game. We already know you've got something to do with Takara Productions. We'll catch you sooner or later.
I know he's calling them that because he's like fans of them, but it throws me off every time he calls them that.
Catch me? You're so funny. But how sad. You don't listen to a word I say. Poor Tamami paid the price because you poisoned her. She abandoned her bond with us.
Don't say it like that! You're twisting things to make us sound like the bad guys!
Oh, but you are. A cruel poison that eats away at our bonds.
I mean, it's not really a bond if it's forced and brainwashed.
If people like you didn't exist, they could all be happy, never having to deal with pain and suffering. How about this? I can return you to the world you came from. After all, if you're not interested in making a connection with us, then you have no place here.
Yeah, but I kind of got to destroy this place.
Huh? You'll send us back? Well, that's good for us, isn't it?
Don't fall for it, Chie. I'm almost positive that voice's offer doesn't include Tamami-san and the others. It's only trying to get rid of us.
Yeah, then we'd have to come back in.
Oh yeah! Sheesh! Trying
Chie.
to be sneaky, huh?
We can't leave alone.
Sorry, but we don't plan on returning by ourselves. We're going to find all 4 of the Kanamin Kitchen girls, and we're taking them back with us.
You's right. There's no way we're just taking off on our own.
I see. Then do as you like, I suppose. But I wonder, will Tomoe go with you?
I hope so. That's why we're here.
She's up ahead?
Stop calling her that, man. I know it's her stage name, but still.
Maybe.
We're gonna be dancing against bunny girls? I mean, fair enough. It has no intention to talk with us anymore. The horde of shadows in front of us is proof enough for that. We all know what's coming next. We take our stances and brace ourselves for that song.
Looks like it's not gonna let us through so easily.
Of course not.
Why don't you just give in? The harder you resist, the more pain you had to suffer. Connect with us, and you'll be freed from everything.
Yeah, but that's like not true. The volume of the eerie song keeps going up, and the shadows dance is affecting us. We're shaking up, but we can't afford to let our guard down now. We want this to delude us anymore.
That's my cue.
That's my
No
turn.
way in hell we're backing down now.
Yosuke.
Alright! Go, Yosuke! Show him that you can be cool sometimes.
Gee, thanks. That's really encouraging.
Loud and clear, Yosuke-senpai. Ready when you are.
All right. Well, I don't look that good, and I'm not as talented as you.
Or as good looking as you.
But as long as I have friends who accept me for who I am, I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay.
Time to bring the house
Is it like the
down.
same song? Kind of hope so, because it might be easy.
All right, hit the music.
Don't worry, we're here with you.
It is not the same song.
Yup.
Oh no!
Shh.
There. bring it on whenever! Yup!
Fever. Woo fever. That's good, right? That means I'm doing something right.
Nice. Lot of confidence before from vanity. Reason why I got a crew behind in my family. Even if they try to bribe me, never ride.
Okay, you're doing great.
It's fire. Dark of the blood, the fresh of the flesh, but dark of the soul, the less of the heart, the lessons are taught. Yo, backside of TV, this sounds like DV.
Pretty good combo going on.
Looks good. But the sun's elucidation, hell now won't cave. I'm an outlaw.
Looking good.
There!
I missed something.
Okay, bring it on whenever! Yup!
That was a good combo, though.
Help out.
Jealously running like sun and boom.
There!
How anger and hate to looms large in the
That's the
dark.
spirit. Keep going.
Got my third eye to see through the costumes, lies after lies.
Oh man,
You can do this.
I like just started pressing random buttons there.
Wow, what a great pair. They're completely synced.
Looks good.
Woo! The hype levels were through the roof! Yup! There! Ha! Woo!
What are you doing, King? Oh.
Yup! There!
Holy crap. We're not done yet. Okay, I thought we were done there for a second.
Yup! There!
Oh shit.
Woo! Yup!
You doing the robot? I kind of felt like you were doing the robot there for a second. Well, I fucked up there at the end.
Persona!
Honestly, the goods have been breaking a combo in the other one, so I don't know why they weren't doing it there either. Maybe it's having pity on me.
Stage clear.
All right, I think that went pretty well.
Still 15
Surprisingly
misses.
good.
That's too many. Oh well. We must go. Our planet needs us. At the end of the song, the shadows surrounding us cheer and joy. Yosuke has danced to charm the shadows and freed them from that eerie song one by one. It lifts my spirits to see. I'm proud of him, as was his partner. Yosuke, well done. I was like, you want me to press something?
Phew. How's that for expression?
It was
huh?
alright.
Not bad, Yosuke. That was all you out there.
Yeah, that dance had Yosuke written all over it.
And then the darkness comes.
You don't give up, do you?
No.
Well, no matter. Whatever you do, our bond is eternal.
Well, there goes the voice.
Bye.
That really ticks me off. Saying whatever and taking off just like that. Oh, I am so mad I don't care if it is a ghost anymore.
Character development.
But that voice.
It was bothering me as well. Yu-Gi-Oh seems to have noticed something about its words feels strangely wrong.
What was it? If people like you didn't exist, they could all be happy, never having to deal with pain and suffering?
Wait, if you flip that around, isn't it saying as long as we're here, they'll have to deal with pain and suffering?
Yeah?
Sounds like it actually understands what we're saying. They just want to sweep the pain under the rug.
Yeah, most people do.
Maybe the voice knows what it's saying is wrong.
So what? It's painful to face the truth, so they're choosing to look away from it?
A lot of people do that.
I noticed that it's hung up on the whole bonds thing, too.
Then we might be able to reach out to the voice after all.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta make it come to its senses, even if it hurts us.
In any case, our top priority is still saving everyone. If what that voice said is true, then Tomoe-san should be just ahead.
All right, let's get hyped.
Oh, I'm always
Let's
hyped.
keep our momentum going and save Tomoe-chan.
If you couldn't tell.
Then we'll meet up with Risei-chan.
Right!
Okay.
Yeah.
Sultry Lounge. How long have we been running? As we run through the empty urban expanse, Yukiko suddenly calls out, pointing out ahead of us. It's the same area.
There!
You're the sultry one?
That's definitely her! Those wistful eyes, that alluring look.
That's right, you're the RR one.
Flowing
I thought the
hair.
redhead was gonna be the
That's Kanamin
sultry
Kitchen's
one.
leader.
I guess she's more the
Tomoe,
tomboy
the
one,
soft
right?
Lamb. Wow. I mean, wow! Holy crap, this is a dream come true!
Really? Because she looks kind of distressed, dog.
Well, here we go. When it comes to this stuff, you can't shut them up.
That's definitely Tomoe-san, but still, recognizing her before me, even though I'm the one who's met her, Yosuke is amazing. What? Okay, sure. As we talk amongst ourselves, Tomoe-san noticed us and bolts towards us before we can call to her.
You were with Risei-san. Yukun, right?
Yeah.
Tomoe-san, I'm glad to see you're safe. Are you hurt?
I'm fine, but I couldn't find anyone else.
You know you've been standing here an entire day, right?
I don't know what to do. I'm so worried. Sumomo, Tamami, Nozomi. Oh,
Two of them are okay. Tomoe-san looks really shaken up. The composure she had on our first meeting is long gone. To calm her down, I decided to explain everything calmly and steadily for her.
We just rescued Tamami-san. She's with Miss Ochimisu now. The others are on their way to save Sumomo-san and Nozomi-san.
Didn't they already save one of them?
Really? Oh, thank heaven. I was afraid something might have happened to them. Where's Tamami? I need to see her. She must be feeling terrible right now.
Whoa, Tomomin, calm down. You're not really, acting like yourself.
Dude, it's a character, man.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I can't believe that I'm so sorry.
No. It's fine. I was just surprised. I never really imagined Tomomin losing her cool, you know?
She's in an alternate dimension, dog, with shadows everywhere.
Come now, Tomoe. That's not the you that everyone wants.
The air around us suddenly goes cold, and that voice echoes around us. This time it's definitely targeting Tomoe-san. I get ready to move quickly in case anything happens.
You again? We won't let our guard down this time.
Let's go, Tomoe. Your greatest performance is about to begin.
Stop it! Can't you see she doesn't wanna?
Of course she does. This is all for her sake, after all. Right, Tomoe?
No, I'm not going. I don't want to perform here.
It's okay, Tomoe. I know you're just saying that. You will come with me.
I mean, then we'll just save her.
Everybody wants. See?
So more dancing? Alright. We got this. I feel like you're gonna have a couple other shadow pictures. It's clear enough, everyone is referring to the shadows around us. It's trying to push its will onto Moe-san, whether she wants it or not.
Look, the shadows here are connected by those ribbons, too.
Come on, Tomoe. You're the leader. It's your job to live up to everyone's
I thought
expectations,
Kanami
isn't it?
was the leader.
Are you going to turn your back on them and run away?
The leader.
That's not your job.
Don't listen to it, Tomoe-san. Being a leader doesn't mean you have to appease everyone.
It usually means you piss off most people, to be quite honest.
Oh, you're right. After all that stuff with Tamamine, we can't let our guard down. I'll protect Tomamine with my life.
Yeah, but first we need to do something about these shadows.
Time to dance. Chie was right. Even if we can take Tomoe-san to a safe place, like the dressing room Tamami-san's in, we need to take care of this first. So now, the only question is who's gonna do the dancing?
Don't worry, I'll handle this. Yukiko! I kind of understand Tomoe-san's feelings.
Honestly, you two kind of sound the same, so I might have thought you two had the same voice actress. I'm not sure.
When everyone has high hopes for you, you want to make them happy, but your feelings are all mixed up. You don't want to disappoint anybody, so you struggle. It's always on your mind. You don't know what to do. It hurts.
Yukiko.
But you can only be you. Nothing good comes from lying to yourself.
This is true.
I understand now that telling others who you are and being understood makes life so much better.
So you think you understand? I'm afraid you don't understand anything. No one wants a bond that only brings you pain. Connect with me.
I don't think you know what bonds are.
Clear.
Unless you're talking about like bank bonds.
Oh, this song again.
The eerie dance of the shadow begins. Next to me, Tomoe-san groans softly. Don't worry, Yukio will pull through. As I think this, Rise's persona broadcast voice sounds in our heads.
Senpai, sorry to keep you waiting. Are you alright?
No, play the music.
Rise-chan, please prepare my song. There are shadows right in front of us.
Preferably a different song this time, because I sucked horribly with her.
Yukiko Senpai's track. Oh, maybe it wasn't such a good idea to split up. I'm twice as busy here.
Sorry, Rise-chan.
It's fine, it's fine. But promise me you'll use everything I taught you and make it your best performance.
No.
I'll focus on doing my best, and not worry about dancing well.
Huh? You really should try and dance well, Yukiko Senpai.
Here I go. Start the music.
I like Yukiko. I'm with her on the whole, it doesn't have to be a good dance. Well, it's because I keep getting more misses.
I'll get this done. Alright,
Snowflakes.
tackle this head on.
No, that was great. What are you talking about good?
Here. Ready anytime.
Don't say that. Still good. I don't know how. Very forgiving there.
Here. See what we can do when we put our minds to it.
That's it. I think it's going great. Yes.
Here. Now that's my best friend, Yukiko.
It's reassuring to have you with me, Chie. Thanks.
Looking awesome.
Chie and I are definitely in sync. It's such a thrill to see.
It's going good. No one say anything. Shit! Okay, no longer doing good.
Ready anytime.
Oh shit.
Good.
put our minds to it.
Oh man.
Great moves!
My brain just shut off there halfway through.
Good. Now that's my best friend, Yukiko!
It's reassuring to have you with me, Chie. Thanks.
These two make quite the picture.
How was that, Chie? It goes pretty well, right?
Yeah, no, that was good. It was going great. But then you were like, I'm gonna send more stuff at the same time, and it kind of screwed me up. Kind of a hard game to talk over when it's actually game stuff, huh?
Good.
Done? We're done. Done? Yeah! Get that trumpet out. Oh, wait, no, you have the saxophone, don't you? Yes. It's the same thing, really. Just one's bent differently. They're not the same thing at all. I kind of wish they used their... It was brilliant, you're right.
I danced well.
They,
That was great, Yukiko. You always
They used their evolved personas for this stuff. And like arena. Next. I might call the stream like early because I'm not feeling good all of a sudden. Like the last 10 minutes or so, I started feeling a little bit nauseous. So I might actually call it here. For now. Yeah. Like if I back out, if I press next and then I back out, it will save, right? So saving there. Then I could press like start here. And then go to like chapter select. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here for today. We actually made a lot of progress. We started like way back here, right? So yeah, I don't know why. I just started feeling like kind of nauseous. I don't think it has anything to do with like the game. I hope not anyways. It could be my eyes darting back and forth, but yeah, I'm gonna call it a day for today. Kind of a shortish stream, but thanks for watching.